it's so sort of obnoxious to do something like that, like to yell that out.
Yo.
And I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy. I did not think people would latch onto it.
No, I did not either. I didn't see it.
It doesn't seem like it doesn't make sense.
I'm with Kenj. I was like,
really?
I cannot believe.
First time I heard it, I said, oh man, Mustard got a new f***ing tag, bro. I'm cussing. Dead in Hip Hop album review. I know y'all wanted it. Of course we was gonna do it. Kendrick Lamar, GNX. I got the whole crew here, -1, but we are a full staff. And if you are a Dead in Hip Hop long timer, you should know who this person is. Yeah, I can't really call him the sixth man because the sixth man is like the first person in, but this guy is Mr. Clutch. He's like the closer. It's like Mariano Rivera.
What's up, gang? I'm glad to be back. I've never done a Kendrick review. So that's why I hit Kenj. Yeah, I was like, I saw Kendrick dropped. I hit you on Saturday.
Yeah.
I hit him on Saturday. I was like, well, when y'all doing the review? Because I didn't know if it was gonna be Saturday. I didn't know y'all was going right to it or if y'all was gonna do it next week. So when he told me Wednesday, I was like, man, my flight from Miami come right back same day. I said, I'm coming from the airport straight to Deaden, and I'm here.
Look. So
when you say you never done a Kendrick review, you mean like written or anything?
No. I've written, but I've never sat down with y'all.
Like,
and that's the thing, you know.
We've never discussed Kendrick like that.
Like,
Usually I would do like a one listen review. So when the album dropped, I would be straight up. So people hitting me up asking me like, yo, when you gonna do a review? So I was trying to figure out what's the best way for me to share my thoughts on the album. And I was like, man, I want to take it to Deaden. I want to do it with the guys.
That's what's up.
We're honored, man.
And I know y'all care about Kendrick. Like, this is a space where I feel like the viewers care, y'all care, and I just wanted to be in a space where it's like, man, we can really get into it.
You know who else cares? It's Beezy 430. Obviously, he's not here. It's the holiday season. He's with family. But if you want to know what he feels, our instant reaction, I wasn't there because I had to work, you know what I'm saying? But the instant reaction between Ken, Modest, and Beezy is on the channel. So if you want to hear what Beezy's thoughts are, go there. And also, big shout out to Kari, Color People Time is dropping on Black Friday on Bandcamp. Go support the brother. And also on DSPs on December 6th. So go support him. You know, go buy it, go stream it, go download it, do whatever it is that you do. But look, the reason why we're here, Kendrick Lamar, GNX. He done messed up everybody's weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know it was gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? He kind of moves in the shadows now. But man, look, let me start here asking everybody. We all anticipated music, right? Everybody anticipated. But we didn't anticipate it. Did you anticipate him just kind of just shock dropping, or did you think there was gonna be promo for it?
Shock dropping is a great word for it. Did not expect that. Did not see it coming. I think after Not Like Us, the pop out event, everyone thought an album was coming of some form. And he went straight quiet.
He did.
He went straight quiet. So after the song he put on IG, The Party Is Dead, that was another one where it was like, what is he doing? We're all off this Kendrick calendar. We have no idea what type of time he's on. To drop that Friday was out of nowhere. I remember just being in my room, thinking about Miami, thinking about this trip, packing my bags, and my aunt hit me, and she like, Kendrick dropped. Now, you got now look though, when you got a relative that's a little older, you gotta let them know, hey, AI is real, and you might be listening to some fake Kendrick. That might be Kenny Lemur across the street. I shit my Apple Music and it's 12 songs. I said, goddamn, she right. And then my phone blew up. It's just like after that initial text, everything blew up, and my day has not been the same since. I've been playing Squabble Up every morning to get my day started, and it's crazy that was not there. That was not anticipated. That was not something that was promoted to be coming. It was just here.
Yeah.
And that's a part of this new, digital landscape that we're in when you can do that. This Interscope didn't even know the album was coming. So the shock is real. What about y'all? Like, how'd y'all feel?
Nah, man, it just, I think, we have a Dead in Sports group chat for the show, and it's always active.
Yes.
Sports is 20, it's like, it never stops. So there was a text that somebody put in there, a snippet, and I was like, man, I ain't listen to that. Like, wait till the album. And then Next thing you know, it was a whole album. I was like, oh shit, like damn.
Like he read your mind.
Yeah. Cause it's like, all right, snippet's cool, but then I gotta sit here and wait for the snippet. Killer Myke and LP did that. And you sitting there just waiting and waiting and waiting. And you know the Super Bowl is around the corner, so you know it's probably anticipation of that. But it was one heck of a day from the standpoint of how everything just kind of stopped. And got in alignment and just moved in unison with Kendrick and this album and all the conversations impromptu. Like even us, I mean, we had to figure out how and what we were gonna do to just react to what happened because, you know, and I think that's the significance of where he's at right now, that he could just drop an album. Sometimes he could drop a snippet, he could drop whatever right now and everything just pause.
Kind of pause around him,
which is crazy. Yeah. And then the music turns out to be dope. Yeah. Like, you know, you listen to the first track, Watch the Murals or whatever.
Whacked Out Murals.
Yeah. My first thing was like, dang, this dude's still mad, bro.
He's still mad.
Yeah. He is still mad.
Modest, how did you feel about the shock drop? How did you feel?
I thought it was dope. The first time I heard, I think Isaiah sent it. And you know Isaiah be sending a lot of shit. And I was he do. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I mean, maybe it's an album, maybe it's not. And then I was like, oh shit, it actually is an album. Like I was in a meeting and it popped up and I totally couldn't even think. I couldn't even focus on my meeting because I was like, yo, what the hell is going on
Your
right
mind.
now? This man really just dropped an album. What he sent first was the little snippet. I ain't even play that because like Ken, I was like, you know, I got time to listen to that. But when he sent the second link and it was a whole album, I'm like, no way this man dropped the album. No way. So yeah, I was hyped. I actually put my meeting to a start saying, hey, I listened to this once, just the first track. I stopped my meeting and say, yo, I need to listen to this first track. I need to at least see how it starts.
Wow.
And I cut it off after that. I was like, yo, I can't dive into it right now.
That is crazy.
I can't dive into it. The way he came out on that first track was crazy.
Yeah. Yo, I agree with you. In the digital landscape, shock drops when you have such a big fan base is the best way to go about it. Because an artist at that level, like when Beyonce did it years ago, it stops everything. It's like, because you have to check it out. Like they're too big. They have too much gravity. Like hey, what the hell? Yep. For me, when it happened, it was the craziest thing because I work 2 jobs now, and on my first job I can't have no headphones in or nothing. So I got there and I'm, you know, seeing everybody text, people blowing me up. I'm like, I haven't listened to it yet. I hit you back, and it's at the point now when shit like this happens, I'll be like, we're gonna review it. I'll send you the fucking review, you know, because it's too many conversations, bro. And then sometimes, I'm not saying people will sway my opinion, but then you start thinking at things in different light and stuff, and you're putting, and it's just like, I need to stay focused. So all my homies that really have my phone number, y'all be hitting me up. Look, man, wait for the review, like everybody else.
But I feel you,
I can't do it no more.
I feel you though, because that's kind of what happened with me. I was processing the album and I was having different conversations, and then I started relaying what other people were saying, and I was like, do I really feel that way, or did it just sound good? Yeah. So now you're like, dang, how are we all processing this together? Like, is there an actual unison when it comes to what the album's about? Or are we all just deciding what we feel about it, which is cool. And that's the thing about our artists being so big. Kendrick give us all these like little Easter eggs, and you kind of unpack them how you want to unpack them. I thought this was brilliant because of the year he's having. He was able to carry this narrative about being the big one from Future's album till now. Yeah. Bro, that's amazing. I've been Kendrick won the Super Bowl with 5 verses. I've been saying that all year, just like, yo, he did it with 5 verses. But now it's like 5 verses in a tape. Bro, you're on a run. I do something that was special because if you go to his Apple Music, the top song is a clean version of Squabble Up. I said the clean version is number 1. Yeah. That means people are playing it in places where they can't have no cuss words. That's 100%. Incredible.
Yo, I agree with everything that you said, and I think even adding on to that, it's like the anticipation of something else. That's what makes it even crazier, because he's already an 18-wheeler with the truck, and he got a whole nother one that you can't even see. And the crazy thing about the Squabble Up track, bro, is like when he did the little snippet on Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? he did that snippet, everybody was going crazy. It was calling it broccoli at the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when I heard it here, and then I heard the sample, I said, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, the fuck, he did not go take that 1980s joint and flip it. Ken, remember, we've been talking all year 2024 that we're in a very interesting spot right now in hip hop with these samples because we're old enough, you know what I'm saying, for us to have grown up with it, but the youngins feel like those joints are classic.
Yeah.
So it hits a lot of people. And when I heard that sample, I said, oh no,
The interesting thing about that sample on Squabble Up is that, you know, of course I remember the song, you know, back in my head.
Ken was outside.
I'll see the white.
Ken was outside.
I mean, you see the Adidas jumpsuit.
A time.
To take it and modernize it to make it sound listenable and not old.
Yeah.
Because it's a sample in a song that's extremely dated when you put it on.
Right.
But to take it and find a way to put these sort of instruments around it, almost like you put it in a box, and they built this thing around it, and made it catchy and modern, and then everybody was able to just kind of center themselves around it culturally, because there's a video about the teenagers out there dancing right now. Everybody's dancing. Everything's going crazy, and then just the rhyming on top of it. So it's almost like what was once old will be new again.
Yes.
You know, everything kind of cycles around. I just thought that was interesting because he did it's done a couple of other times on here, and Ice Cube tried to do it on his album, but you know.
You got to have a certain level of taste.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick's taste level is so high right now.
It is.
I don't know if it's just the camp he's around and they're just dialed in to what will be effective, because this is such an effective project. That's why I give it. I want to make 2 points. One, this is the first time we heard Kendrick be present, like a present tense Kendrick album.
Yep.
Most of the time he is retrospective when it comes to like a Damn, or when it comes to a Butterfly, or it comes to a Good Kid, Mad City. He's reviewing moments or thoughts from his past. This is him being very current.
Yep.
We've never heard Kendrick in a moment like this. I think it's very jarring for people to hear him so present, because it feels very like, I would say, like a mixtape. People used to call it like a mixtape online, but I think what makes it a mixtape to me is one, it's present. A mixtape, like Lil Wayne would rap over the present beats of the day.
Yeah.
Kendrick's not rapping over just the present beats of the day, but he's talking about what's going on currently.
Yeah.
Like Whacked Out Morals is about like something that happened, a couple months ago? They talked about the beat that got sent 2 days ago. Like everything about it is incredibly
GNX.
current. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I saw
everything
that.
is current.
You know, another thing too, that departs from Kendrick's discography, bro. And like, you know, who you talking to, Mr. Bump in the Whip? When I saw the GNX on the cover, I said, wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on, nigga. This a different Kendrick, bro. Like, do you understand that? Like, that's one of those muscle cars, dog. That's that's one of those ones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had the money, like that would be in my collection. That, a Chevelle, like there's a whole bunch of other old classic cars, but that's one of them. So I saw that, and then also I can't remember. You know, I'm bad with names. It's definitely on the Hard Part 6 though, when he was talking about the reasons why certain things didn't work out, and also why he went to PG Lane. Hey, look, it's record now. You could go back. I said I don't think. In that moment, I didn't think that he had beef with TDE or anything. I was like, I think he wants to explore him being the boss. He said that shit.
Yeah.
He said that shit.
He really did.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, like I've done everything
so.
else.
I think I said rightfully so when and I said I think Top would understand that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, shit,
It's
this
business.
man is out of here, bro.
Yeah.
At some point, you just gotta let them fly. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep them under your wing for like too long. But I wanted to go back to Squabble Up, even like just the intention, right? With like when I hear music, it makes me dance. And he knows like that's the culture, just not even just West Coast, but just in general. I mean, that shit is back. Dancing is back, and you see like how that Not Like Us moved, and man, yeah, he really is intentional and like present with what he's doing, man. Like
I thought it was funny. It was such a shock release that they didn't have no credits on nothing.
Right.
Even like the little Apple Music blurb changed like 4 times.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
Because
too.
they kept trying to catch up with the thing. What this album actually is? Because I love something that surprises everybody. You talking about there's people at the highest level of these companies that did not know this was coming. So you're shocking the world, literally the world. There's not like a tribe of folks that's like, oh, this Kendrick coming. There's no whispers. It was just here. So I thought it was a really cool surprise to hear the music, and then you hear these features of people that you probably never heard of, and being like, oh man, that sounds dope, or this person sounds dope, or is that SZA? Like, it was just everything
one
about
part,
it.
is that Blueface?
You know,
I thought the nigga, what's the nigga, Dodge 6, I think?
Yeah.
I thought that was Blueface at one
Man,
point.
it's
But I mean,
actually
the
crazy.
flow was just like kind of different. But I've heard Blueface kind of coherent before, like just his like a but. So I thought that might have been him. But yeah, when the features came, I was like, okay. Dodge 6 is Dodgy 6. I don't know how that.
Doty.
Doty 6.
Doty. Yeah,
6.
it gets real LA on this
sure.
tape. I appreciate how regional he is, committing to being a regional artist in this sense, especially when you're this large. You can become someone that just feels like you can take from everywhere. I mean, obviously we saw Drake do it, versus Kendrick's like, I'm going home. I'm staying home. I'm staying in LA. Even the young lady who's starts the album, like the Marachi singer, he met her at the Dodgers game. Like,
Oh, so that wasn't a sample. She really did that.
yeah, based on what I saw.
She really did
See,
that shit.
because you know it's in Spanish, so
Yes.
so when I heard it, I thought it was just a sample of like some old record or something.
Yeah.
But what she was basically talking about is just it was definitely poignant to the project and everything that's happening. So back to your point of it being in the now, all her little pieces are pointing to right now.
Oh wow.
The move to the West Coast is interesting when you really think about Kendrick's music. And, you know, Not Like Us hit, and then Squabble Us hit, and there's some similarities between the two, which I definitely think was on purpose, because I think that allows him, given what just happened, to do that song at the Super Bowl. And
Shit, or TV off.
yeah. Because it's possible he won't be able to do Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, but he already got
Wait.
something else that hit
Oh
just
wow.
like it.
You think he's not gonna be able to do it?
That's what they're saying. They'll put like an injunction or something on it
Oh wow.
because of the court case.
Mine. Okay.
So, but
Because of the
Squabble Up he can do.
defamation
Bro,
of character.
it never registered to me that maybe that's part of it, like trying to shut that song down
before
from
the
the
Super
major
Bowl.
stage. Well, good. I never
Yeah.
saw that. 'Cause, man, I'm sitting here thinking we all gonna hit this A minor together
Nah.
at halftime.
But you know, to go West Coast with a full West Coast sound, and for the world to latch onto it is really interesting. It shows how he can really move sound and culture
Yeah.
with it. Think about it, man. He put out Good Kid, Mad City. Everybody started making concept albums. To Pimp a Butterfly, people
huge.
followed that way.
Yeah.
You know, he just keeps moving, and now he's done this, and now people are going to be looking for the West Coast. You know, another person that was able to move culture like that, Jay-Z. Jay-Z used to do the same thing. He'll say something, mention a product,
Yeah.
say we not, we want,
Man,
I got a question for all of y'all actually. So you mentioned earlier that Squabble Up is the one you play when you wake up in the morning. What's another song that got you in a chokehold right now?
TV.
with this album?
TV off, man.
TV
TV
off.
off.
I at first when I first ran through it, I did not know what the record was gonna be on the album. Like I was like, okay, Luther's cool, TV off is cool. They just got all these different records. It's only 12 songs, so it's really like fluid. Like you get through it really fast. I love the Heart Part 6. I love how that song is like a mission statement about where he's going.
Yes.
It allows us to know,
Yes.
hey, if you had any questions about this transition from TDE to PG Lang, this is why.
it. Yep.
I'll take responsibility for there being no black hippie. I thought that song was so important to his canon. But TV off, watching goddamn McDonald's tweet out goddamn honey mustard and seeing
Crazy,
just
bro.
like, just that one part of the song, that shit's gonna ring off so crazy at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I didn't even. It's so sort of obnoxious to do something like that. Like to yell that out.
Yo,
And I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy. I did not think people would latch on to it.
I did not either. I didn't see
it. It doesn't seem like it doesn't make sense.
I'm with Kenj. I was like,
Really?
I could not
No, it doesn't
believe.
make
First time I heard it, I said, "Oh man, Mustard got a new fucking tag, bro." because think about Mustard, and we reviewed the album.
Yeah.
We reviewed the album. Mustard has varied production, and we know he has big.
Yeah.
Every time he got a big joint, Mustard.
Man,
bruh, he got it.
Kendrick really robbing us of all the things. Like the Metro Boomin tag was the tag for so long. Like it's synonymous with some of the biggest records that come out of Atlanta. Now Mustard has a tag. Like I really want to know what DJ Mustard does next year because he is set up to go on a run.
Yeah.
Kendrick is setting up the West Coast right now.
What's the song that got you, Rod?
I don't know if like it's just one particular one for me, but I still love the way it opens with Whacked Out Music. Like that shit. I mean, just the build up to that, and then the whole used to hold the chain up, and then he's like, and then when he says whatever though, and then the beat kicks in, everybody crazy. He said, "Call me crazy." Everybody questionable. Like it's just like every time that gets me. Every time I get chills when he says that Wayne line. And then right after that Wayne line, the beat kicks in.
How did y'all take the whole Wayne thing? Because, we've talked about that, right? As the hip hop, go back and watch. We covered everything. Rod, I felt like you where it didn't feel like it was a thing until people made it a thing and then Wayne addressed it and then he kind of doubled and quadrupled down on it.
Yeah.
So to hear Kendrick address that directly and then not just with the direct line when he said, he let Wayne down, but when he said, these old ass rappers, bro, they may not have it no more. And then Wayne coming back saying, don't wake up a sleeping giant. Obviously I'm paraphrasing, but that was the takeaway from his tweet.
Oh, speaking of that, by the way, that it's being alleged that he had Wayne
went
try
to
to
the
give
booth.
him a call.
So look, Joe Budden, this is per Joe Budden. Joe Budden said that Wayne tried to give him a call, and when Kendrick ain't pick up, he went straight to the booth. So I don't know.
Took that shit right back.
my main thing with it is like, okay, was it disrespectful? Was the line disrespectful?
No.
But this is my thing. You say somebody's name in a rap song, the thin line between homage and disrespect is extremely thin. It could just be, I'm referencing Wayne, but if I'm Wayne and I heard that, it's still like whatever though. It's like the way he dismisses his feelings.
Like whatever though.
I feel like, ooh, if it was me, because there's two ways you can look at it. Because then the Snoop line, where he talks about, I'm blaming on the edibles. And Snoop jumps on Twitter and be like, it was the edibles. Like, he just completely accepted that, like, hey, Kendrick, my bad, bro. You was right. Wayne could have been like, you know what? You didn't let me down, Kendrick. I'm proud of you. He could have did it that way. He could have took it that way. But Lil Wayne is obviously not Snoop.
Right.
And I think about Whacked Out, to me, that's the Kill Your Idols record. That's that I'm showing you guys, if that's a legend, I'm a legend. Actually, I might be a bigger legend at this point. And I gotta respect the fact that he's at the point where like he's not on some, I'm kissing everybody's ring, but I'm still paying homage. The Squabble music video pays homage to West Coast rap. It pays homage to all these artists that come before him. So he's not just disregarding the legends to be disrespectful. He's just saying, I'm a giant and I'm walking in my height. So, you gotta respect how big I am now. Everybody, Snoop, Wayne, don't matter who it is, you gotta respect who Kendrick Lamar is right now. And I think that song just states that so good.
And I think the other thing that has been a chokehold with that song is that I'm still trying to figure out, is he talking to Drake when he say, yeah, nigga, going up your rank, know that you a god even when they say you ain't. You know how he was on Euphoria? Like he was just like, you know what I'm saying? I want, what did he say? I wish you success or whatever like that. I hope everything with you is blessed or something like that. It's kind of in the same vein. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he says like, I'm going up your rank. Know that you're a guy even when they say you ain't. But I think he's just like kind of poking at him though. Like I don't know if that's what he's doing. But he said never let nobody put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. And he was just like, these are like, I'm gonna guide you. Like I'm gonna guide you on how to do this shit, because that's kind of like what he's been doing. He's like been trying to kind of lay low. He's like, okay, just know like everybody you talk to, you know, you lied to. He said, yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you've been lied to. Like, I don't know. I don't see anybody having this theory. But my theory is that he's trying to tell him, like he's trying to give you some game on how to deal with this shit.
He was talking to like the young kids that want to admire to be like Kendrick. Now it'd be interesting if he giving the whooping and now telling you like, hey, this is what you should do.
Yeah, that would be diabolical.
I mean, it's already diabolical.
I mean, it already is, but that'll make it even more so for me.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. Is like, how much of this is actually driven by hate? Does Kendrick really hate Drake?
Right.
Or does Kendrick hate what Drake represents?
Yes.
I think it's both.
Yeah, I think
it is. But I think it's more about what he represents.
The last part was like a couple rules of engagement. I'm gonna guide you. So that's what he says. Like, I don't know, man.
There's
I think
because I thought it was interesting. The and I can't remember which song it was, but he was talking about more blood or blood. And remember J. Cole was talking about
paint to me.
Oh, yeah.
He said it's all paint to me.
Yeah. So again, going in the opposite direction of what is used to be contemporaries we're doing.
Yeah.
When I heard that line,
It's just
I was like,
me.
yo, this kid's a monster.
Man.
Because Cole sounded so genuine.
He
Like,
did.
when I walked out, they got all this blood on me. And Kendrick's like,
It's just
nigga,
paint to me.
it's just, nigga, I'm in here finger painting. Nigga, I got a paintbrush. And I'm like, what?
Did y'all mess with any of the features on here?
Yeah, I like that. I like a lot of features.
Yeah.
I like what they represent as far as unifying the West and putting new artists on. Like, I don't think there's anybody on the album that I was listening to prior to the project. I know some names I recognize, but I don't think I was like an avid listener. So it was cool to see him put the spotlight on some new guys, especially in a time where it's like all the attention is on you, you give it to someone else. I was surprised there was no Baby Keem. That's the thing. I was like, if we're doing PG Lang, we're breaking
I
PG
didn't even
Lang.
think about that.
How are you gonna use PG Lang's artists that you're signing or that you want on the label? How are you gonna break them and not have them on the album?
Because he wasn't at the pop out either, right? He didn't perform at the pop
He,
out.
he was there.
He was there, but he didn't perform. That's why I switched it.
I don't know if he on timeout or what, but
Yeah.
His I want to say because the producer that Keem Permanent works with has a couple tracks on here, and I want to say he actually shared his IG story like, yeah, me and Keem like we cooking up next, like we working on something next. So I think he's just locked away at this point, just like working on the project. And so
Good luck, because I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people say this is like their favorite or second favorite album.
I saw that.
Kendrick. My joint right now is Peekaboo.
that's the one.
That's your joint.
Hey, that's my that shit is so fucking catchy, bro. Like, there's so many catchable things on here.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like, you can go from this, you can go with Man in the Garden,
Yeah.
a build up on there, which, you know, people have been talking about as a tribute to Nas. We talked about that on the Instant Reaction. You know, B coming around to Dodger Blue now, which is people faves.
Yeah.
Yep. Reincarnated is one.
Yeah, I think that's the best overall song on here because it hits everything that we were talking about. It hits being in the moment. It hits being nostalgic and bringing a ghost to life. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Drake. Like, we're talking about so many things. Like, it feels that's the whole reason why we're here. Reincarnated feels like that. This is why we're here, and Whacked Out Murals too.
Yeah.
I think those two songs are why we're here. The rest of it is just cherry on top.
Yeah.
But that is the foundation as to this whole thing that's happening.
What I love about the album, Kendrick allows us, like you said, his viewpoint on this person, on this culture is so clear to us now that it's hard to just talk about Kendrick. You gotta kind of talk about the culture at large. Every artist that's in it and outside of it feels like affected by this body of work, and that's what I think a major artist does. It affects the entire art form, and it affects the entire culture. Yeah. I think that's so powerful. Oh, I would love to know y'all grades. I would love to see.
I want to know y'all.
I just want to know what y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't bring mine, but y'all did y'all homework.
So if this is your first time here, this is what we're grading. We're grading the flow, the lyrics, the production, the features, the execution, the replay value, and the overall. So I'll start it off. I always kick it off. The flow, A.
I'm gonna go A- on the flow.
Okay.
B plus.
Okay. Lyrics for you, Ken.
B plus.
Okay. For you, Rod.
I'm gonna go a solid A on the lyrics.
I went A plus. What the fuck else? What else do I want? This is exactly what I want from Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's A plus.
Yeah.
A plus. Production, give me A minus.
I'm gonna go B plus on the production. I think some of the production is still growing on me in certain places.
Got you.
I think he does a lot of cool stuff on it though with production, like where it switches and just real subtle notes. But I think some of that stuff is still, even GNX, like that's still growing on me. Like I know a lot of people like it, but it's still growing on me personally. So I'm gonna go B plus on the production.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at a B plus.
Okay. Features.
C plus.
I feel that, but I'm at a B. I'm at a solid B on the features.
Yeah.
They're growing on me too. Like some of the features growing on me too.
Yeah. I'm at a solid B as well. I'm with Rod. The features, the more I listen to it, the more I fuck with it.
They're
but
regional good.
That's you took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like they're not. I don't even need to add nothing else to that. Execution, B plus for me.
Same. I got it knocked off a couple points because you know how I've been lately with kind of sandwiching slower tempo stuff, and for me it just that's not really been good sequencing for me personally, and I know he did that in a couple spots here. So same thing I had with Ab-Soul.
Gotcha.
I just feel like Ab-Soul didn't do a great job on that part, but he did a slightly better job on that on the execution on this.
I'm at a B plus on execution.
But what about replay value for you?
A minor.
Classic.
What about you, Rod?
Replay value definitely an A, man. I'm bumping this throughout the rest of the year, going into the next year, waiting to see what's going to play at the Super Bowl. Like, yes, this replay value is very high on most Kendrick projects for me.
Replay value, I'm with Ken, A minor. Overall, A minor.
Oh, y'all are saying A minus. Right?
Yeah, A minor.
I just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going A minus on it, man. I couldn't give it I almost gave it a B plus because, like I said, I'm still sitting with it. But nah, man, I can't imagine giving this anything less than an A. I'll just give it an A minus, so it's almost a B.
Everybody just swayed over here. I am going B plus.
Okay.
I am going to stay with B plus. Most of my grades were B's anyway. I just think the replay value is really high on here, but I think it's a really good, solid, strong ass album, and it may jump to an A later.
Yeah. It's still fresh. It's fresh. Do you feel that we accurately graded?
I think it's accurate. I think it's pretty accurate. Anything lower than a B plus, I would have been a little.
I'm typically a little tougher.
You're a little tougher?
Yeah. It's just like, man, you gotta.
Because I was wondering, what would take it to an A for you? Like, what was
features?
Ooh, that's
The
a good
features.
point.
Yep. And they weren't bad, but they.
Regional.
But you got to
like
commend them on a region though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Look. This was very conversational, and if you made it all the way to here, don't fucking put in the comment. Well, y'all didn't talk about the album. Yes, we did, but it was in the midst of everything else. Because like Kendrick, we're in the moment. I need you to be in the moment too. So, like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm
Sometimes
saying?
you got bars, sometimes you don't.
Hey, it is what it is. But look, the conversation after the conversation is in the comment section. How do you feel about this particular project? And don't hit me on those socials about y'all niggas ain't talking about the album. We like it. You got the grade. We out.